Hello. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? Last stream of 2021. This is quite interesting. So, been a little while since we've been together. But I think the last time we streamed was the Christmas convoy, which was just 2 weeks ago. Hope you all had a great Christmas. And we're getting into the new year. Hello, Chase. Good to see you. See if more people show up. Excuse me. Gotta do a little bit of housekeeping here. Why am I peeking into the red? Hold on. Let me turn that back just a little touch. I just want it touching the red a little bit. Right there. That's probably good enough. Okay, so, gotta do a little bit of housekeeping here. As of right now, I don't know what my stream schedule looks like for 2022. I know that we are going to do the convoys still on Saturday evenings, but I do know that there's a possibility of a Sunday convoy the day after New Year's Day. Because New Year's Day falls on a Saturday. So we might do a Sunday night stream, so you guys will definitely need to check that out. Some other things as well. I will be doing some other games as well. Like, I know one thing for sure, I want to stream some SnowRunner at one point. Because SnowRunner will be really fun. That'll be just awesome. I know I'll be streaming Slime Rancher 2. And I mean Slime Rancher 2, not Slime Rancher as an addition, but Slime Rancher 2. But that's going to happen later in 2022. We also will continue our Camping World Truck Series season. That's going to come, I'd say, after next week, I think. I think after next week we will restart the series and go to race number 3, where we were going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. So, but tonight we're going to be in Car Mechanic Sim 2021, where we're going to do something. We're going to revive an idea that I had a while back. And that idea is essentially called One Night Builds. We're going to resurrect a car from the junkyard. So, why don't we go ahead and get started? Also tonight, you guys will get to see a new ending screen that I was able to obtain. And, well, actually it's a scratch ending screen. Plus there'll be some ending audio as well, so it's not just like, you know, we're all done and stuff. So let me just go ahead and get rid of that text. Let me get rid of this. Let's see, which button is it? It's that one. Alright, on to Car Mechanic Sim 2021. Alright, so let's see here. Ooh, a little lagged out here, but let's see, why is this looking so weird? Hang on, let's fix this a little bit, because it seems like we're a little problem here. Let's see, okay, let's see, probably we'll take down the anti-asyling a little bit, get rid of that. Let's see, motion blur, yeah, I don't want it on. Let's see if that'll fix it. Because this game is pretty graphics heavy. That's a little better. That's a little bit better. Alright, so here's our vehicle in question. As you guys have seen from the title card, this is our Plymouth Roadrunner. I picked this up at a junkyard, and this thing cost me about $5,000 at least. But this thing is in some pretty nasty shape. But we're gonna resurrect this car. We're gonna bring it to full. We're gonna bring it to full song. So that means we're gonna be redoing everything. Like if we were to go into here, take a look at all that rust and everything. We're gonna fix this. We're going to basically give this car a whole new lease on life. So let's get started, shall we? Let's go ahead and move the car. We're gonna move it to the car wash and get that situated. Because first we got to wash off the entire car. But hang on one second. I don't know why this is giving me so many problems. Let's see. What if we lower the shadow distance a little bit? And then, let's see. Screen space reflections. We don't probably need those. Clouds and shadows. Let's go ahead and remove those and see if that'll fix it. Okay, a little better. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing washed first. Let's see what's underneath here. Ooh, yikes. Look at all the rust that's on this thing. Good God almighty. This thing must have been in the junkyard for quite a long time. That's insane. The inside looks not too bad, but we can actually detail it. It's going to need a new front seat. So let's go ahead and get our detail machine going. This is our interior decorating toolkit that we'll just use. Well, the interior looks not too bad, but the shifter there still looks pretty dinged up. So, yeah, looks like we're going to have to get some new parts and pieces. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take this back inside, and we're going to use a welder. We're going to use a welder to see what other kind of parts that we can use for this, because this is all still rusted out. So here's the welder. We're going to move that to the Roadrunner. Oh, and I should mention, by the way, everyone, that this is actually a mod, because you did see that we have a Ford Mustang over there, which I'll talk about in a sec. But this is a mod because all the cars in Car Mechanic Sim are third-party cars. And by the way, too, the day we're playing this, look at this. We got some Christmas lights. There's even some Christmas lights over there on the front doors, and there's also a Christmas tree over here by the tire balancer. Pretty cool, huh? And there's even a stocking that was hung right here with the word King on it. I guess it's good to be king. So let's go ahead and use the welder and see how many parts and pieces we need to get this car, because we're gonna need a new hood. We're gonna need a new left side panel. Let's see what we can resurrect. Ooh, okay. So it resurrected this side, the back end, not that part, which was the clamshell. Ugh. Okay, so it looks like a lot of these pieces are gonna be a total loss, unless maybe I can try and resurrect them a little bit, but. Let's go ahead and take some of this stuff off, so we can really get down in here. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna have to get new everything at this junction. The front clamshell looks fine. The license plate we're gonna get rid of, because we're gonna put a new license plate on it anyway. Alrighty then. So let's do this. Oh yeah, on Christmas Eve I came in here to basically put together a engine right here that's going to go in our car. And so that is where we're going to go to next. This engine is going to have quite a few racing parts on it, because I think what we're going to do is that we're going to put in this Plymouth Roadrunner probably a... Let me see here. What did this thing want? I know it didn't give us many options in terms of engine swaps. It wants a V8 dual overhead cam supercharged engine, so we might be able to get this thing to almost 1,000 brake horsepower, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and go to the engine, and let's get working on that. So anyway, I went ahead and I put the oil pan on underneath. There's a crankshaft in there. There's pistons in there. But now we can go ahead and get started on the heads, which luckily I do not have those. So we'll go ahead and go in here into our parts search, and I'm gonna get some engine heads that will work. So let's see. Engine head. These will work. These are the two things that actually hold the spark plugs and other parts and pieces in this. So let's go ahead and get those. I'll go ahead and get them installed. Some of these take a lot of screws to get in. Okay. Alright, so now we need some camshafts, which I only have one racing camshaft for some reason. But did I get the exhaust manifolds? I did. Now, for the ones that probably don't know their cars or things like that, this is an exhaust manifold that we put on the side. This is actually what gives the car its signature sound. And there's different exhaust manifolds and things like that. I put some racing exhaust manifolds here so the air will flow better and it will give us a little performance boost as well. There we go. Okay, now we need to get up here to the camshafts, but we also need to install some spark plugs. Spark plugs are actually one of the cheapest things you can put in your engine, but we gotta go over here and get a camshaft. We need to get some, let's see, camshaft V8. There we go. Just need about 3 more of these. Thank you. So now we'll go ahead and install them. There we go. Get the camshaft in. We also need some cam gears as well. So I'm gonna have to get an extra one because I only have like a handful of them. And don't I still have a timing belt on me? I do not, because I got rid of those. Alright. We need to put the fuel filter on next. This helps filter out the fuel, duh. But now I'll put the spark plugs in. These are the things that make the little explosions that you hear in the engine. There we go. And now, let's see. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the cams in. There we go. Alright, now I need 1 cam gear. I probably should have gotten some of these pieces and stuff, but, you know. What are you gonna do? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we need the V8 variant, I think, or let's see, I think that was just a normal cam gear that we put on there, so we don't really need the V8 version. There we go. Okay, now we can put the rest of the spark plugs in. Now we need a timing belt, so let's get that really quickly. The timing belts are very important because this is actually what keeps the engine and everything in check. Because if it chugs when it's not supposed to, then you're going to be in some deep crap, that's for sure. Timing cover, I do not have that. And what about the supercharger intake? I have that. There we go. By the way, did I make sure that I advertise this in the other server? Give me one quick second. Let me make sure that I did that. Okay, so I posted it there. I posted it there. Okay, those people allow me to advertise. They allow me to advertise. Okay, that's there. That's there. Okay, the Legacy crew. Yeah, they allow me to do that. Okay, and now let me just do this really quick. Cool. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So now that link got posted over there. All right, back to the business. Need a timing cover. So let's get a cover V8. Oh yeah, that's right. It's going to show all these different covers, but we need the timing cover. This keeps all the belts safe and everything. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. There we go. Meld that together. Now we're going to go ahead and put the idle rollers on. And there's also a water pump as well, which we don't have. So the water pump is actually what pumps water into the engine to keep it running nice and cool along with the radiator. So we need a V8 water pump. So we can grab that really quick. V8, 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 right here. We're also going to need some serpentine belts too. So it takes the longest to put this engine together. Especially, I'm going to need more idle roller bees. Let me see. Crankshaft pulley. Okay, so I'm going to need another pulley. You know, what's interesting is that I basically got rid of a lot of my parts and pieces because I didn't really need them anymore. And I should have bought a few more because we're going to need some more idle rollers here. We're going to need a couple more idle rollers. These are basically the rollers that go on the front here that help with the serpentine belts. So there we go. Let's get the next idle roller in. So we need 1, 2, 3 more. Do I have a water pump pulley? I don't. Jesus. Let's go back in here and grab that pulley really quick. Water pump pulley. But I don't know why it doesn't want me to do the supercharger. Well, okay, well I have the crankshaft pulley, but I think I wanted the water pump pulley. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. Let's get the next idle rollers in. Okay, next up we need the engine head covers, which I think I don't have, and then I think we also need a supercharger up here. So, that means we gotta do a little shopping. Back again. So, let's see here. So, head cover V8. We just need a regular V8 head cover. We need a B, and we need an A. The difference between the A and the B is that one is just a simple flat one, and then the other one has the spout where you put the motor oil in. So this one here, which is engine head cover B, has the spout where you would put the motor oil in, which is right there on the right-hand side. You see that? There we go. So now they have the oil fill plug right there. Let's come back over here to A. Okay, now we're going to need some ignition coils. Hello there, VTech Motorola. Welcome. Getting a V8 dual overhead cam supercharger for our Plymouth. Huh. Oh yes, you're from Car Legacy. Good to have you here, buddy. So let's see what we can do. Alright, let's get these ignition coils in. And then the next thing I'm going to need to do is I need to get a supercharger for up here. Oh, the coil covers. Do I even have any coil covers? I don't. So we got to get the supercharger from there. Okay, so coil covers. Oh, wait. How about just coil cover? There we go. We're gonna need 2 of these suckers. Okay. And next we need a supercharger. We just need one of these, I think. I think it's this one we want. Now, you want to know something kind of funny? I kind of feel like, Weston Chapman. You guys probably don't even know him, but he's the one that's got the, smokestack that he's building right now, or that he's been working on. And I kind of, anytime I hear Supercharged, I now just think of him. Alright, we need fuel rails, but luckily we're gonna go into the tune-up shop and get the fuel rails from there. Okay, I think it said fuel rail DI. Right there, that's what we're looking for. Oh, and before we continue forward, I should probably say something else too. I got the wheels and the tires for the Plymouth out there, so our Roadrunner is going to look really cool. And you know what I'm thinking about too? Despite the fact it's got a really cool black paint scheme, I kind of want to paint it up to make it look like it's got the same color as the Roadrunner from the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. I think that would be really cool. Alright, this engine's going to have quite a bit of power to it. Alrighty then. And by the way, too, if you want some more people to come by and watch this stream, you know, you can share the link with them. You can absolutely share a link with them. Okay, I need a serpentine belt. I need supercharged serpentine. So I had a feeling I was gonna have to get more of these supercharged belts. Oops, no. Okay. There we go. Okay, need that, and I think I'm gonna need this, but we'll see. Just as I thought, I'm gonna need another one of those. And I think we also need a belt tensioner. Which is this little guy. Alright, let's get this on here. Oh, what? Oh, regular belt. Duh. Alright, let's see. Serpentine belt A. It's a V8 style, so we just need the normal serpentine belt thing. Serpentine belt B... Wait, this is it, right here. So anyway, hope you guys had a good Christmas. Hopefully it wasn't too chaotic, or maybe it was quiet, or, you know, you never know. Alright, so that completes the front end of the engine. Now back here, we're going to put the flywheel in. I got a racing flywheel. We also have a clutch plate. We'll put the clutch pressure plate on, which believe it or not, you guys didn't see this, but off camera, see this racing pressure plate that I have? That was actually on another car I was working on, and I was able to fix it to 100%. So it's refurbished, but it'll work beautifully in our Roadrunner. And then last but not least, I gotta put the release bearing on, which I have a bunch of those. And voila! Look at this engine. Holy cow. This supercharged engine is going to put out some pretty nice power, if I do say so myself. Now, we're going to go here to the repair table because I kind of want to see if I can resurrect some of the pieces that we took off of the Roadrunner. So let's see what we can do. And it looks like we can. So let's do that really quick. Oh yeah, this is the stupid thing that they put in the game. Rather than just, you know, take credits and just, you know, you can just simply keep hitting enter or spacebar, you have to do like these stupid mini games. And there we go. We just screwed up. So we were only able to resurrect 2 of the pieces. So let's come back out here to our Roadrunner. And let me see which ones did we get to put back on. Not that one, because now it's worse. But we do get to put our front bumper back on, and what was the other part that we get to put on? Was it the door? Nope, that's destroyed. Let's see. Nope, that wasn't it. Let's see. Oh, we gotta take this thing off as well, so... we're gonna hold off on putting in the new body parts until we're ready. But now we're gonna put this on the rack because we got to get that engine out of there. That's an old, beat-up engine. Plus, we also got to get it out from underneath here. Now, while that lifts up, let me show you this thing over here. Probably in a future stream, we're going to work on this bad boy. If you want to know what this is a Ford Mustang, a Ford Mustang dragster. I found this in the junkyard, and I bought it for about $20,000. And this thing is really, really good. I don't know if we're going to get to this necessarily that quick, because right now all of our focus is here on the Roadrunner. Alright, let's get underneath here. Let's get the drive shaft off. I think I have a couple of different drive shafts that we can put in here. Let's get rid of the old one. Oh, one of the things I love about this, I don't know if you guys can see it over there, but if you get an orange bolt, watch this. Come on. There we go. It actually sprays a can of WD-40 on it. Okay, we gotta get the gearbox off. This thing is useless now. There we go. Ooh, look at this. Man. Those scalpers really, really wanted something to do with the engine there. So we're going to take it out. And I guess while we're here, we might as well go ahead and take the wheels off of this thing. Because we're going to get rid of them. There we go. We're going to put some new brakes on this thing once we get this going. There we go. Oh! Check it out! So this Roadrunner actually has 4-disc brakes. Usually on older cars like this, they usually have drum brakes in the rear and disc brakes in the front. But this one has got like 4 disc brakes all over the place, which is good news, so we'll use that to our advantage. There we go. Okay, now let's lower this car again. Sometimes this game has a little hiccup, especially when you're trying to, like, lower it and stuff. Okay, now, where is the engine hoist? There it is. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and pull this sucker out. Alright, she is out. Why does it look like that thing looks so dirty? Alright, so now that we have the engine out, now we're going to lift this back up. And we're going to take out all the suspension pieces from the front. Front suspension's a little bit easier to do. Let me see here. Oh man, look at how gnarly this is. But alright, let's disassemble the front suspension here. Because we're gonna see if we can also, like, rebuild a couple of these pieces, probably. So essentially, we're taking this, we're essentially taking this thing down to the bare bones. But, you know, when you're resurrecting a car like this, it always pays to, you know, it always pays to, you know, go for the whole deal. You know? There we go. Yep, let's see, what's holding this back? It's the bearing? Yeah, stupid bearing. There we go. Then last but not least, that front knuckle coupling is gone. And now we'll take the inner tie rod away. And now we gotta go over here and do the same exact thing. There we go. There we go. Now we get the bottom suspension piece out, which needs 2 bolts on. There we go. Get these guys out. Get the sway bar out of there. We also got to get the steering rack out. Some of these things we might actually be able to resurrect. Wow, that only had like 1 bushing in there. Alright, so now we have the whole front suspension taken out. And what we're going to do is that we're going to start in the front. And I'm going to see if I can rebuild any of these pieces. See if we can refurbish them and restore them. Let's see. Where does it start? I think it starts like... I don't really need those. The brake calipers, we can see if we can resurrect them. Looks like we should be able to. Okay. Let's get those sorted. Okay, that's 2 brake calipers down. Okay, didn't need to go to that thingy. We can go to this one. That one's gonna take a little bit of time. There we go. Okay, front wheel hub. Okay, that looks like it got fixed. Ah! Okay, wrong brake caliper. Bottom suspension arm will be done. Now we need the upper suspension arm. Oh boy. There we go. And then finally this thing, which is the cross member. And it looks like we got that fixed. So we were able to resurrect a few of the parts, so now we'll take it back over to our vehicle here, to our Plymouth Roadrunner, and we'll go ahead and start reassembling everything. So there's our refurbished crossmember. Now we're gonna need a new steering rack, unfortunately. Let's see, rubber bushings. I thankfully have a bunch of these little suckers. I hate rubber bushings because this is what used to trip you up in like the other games, because rubber bushings are like so easy to forget about. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me see. Did we get anything? Nope. So looks like we're gonna have to get a new front sway bar and a steering rack. So let's get that really quick. Might even need a reservoir for that. We also need a sway bar, which is the linkage B. We also need 2 of these as well. Alright, let's get these parts mounted back on. Front sway. Oh, I got a rear sway bar. Whoops. That's alright. We'll be fine. So, front sway bar going in. Now we can go ahead and get these guys going. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, the knuckle coupling goes back on. Upper suspension arm, we have 1. And we also still have a bunch of bushings we can put in it. It's the lower suspension arms that I'm a little bit concerned about. Okay, we do have one. We do have one that will work. But now we're gonna need to, we're gonna need to do this. We're gonna need to make a new double wishbone shock absorber. Because I got a bunch of these that unfortunately are just dead to the world, so what I need to do is that I need to get some, shock. Here we go. Okay, let's see, double wishbone front shock absorber. So we need, I think we need this. So we're gonna need 2 of those. We're gonna need 2 caps. And we also need a spring as well. So let's go there. So now we're going to go over here to my handy-dandy spring maker, or as they call it, the spring puller. And we're going to build some new springs. So let's do that. There we go. These will go into our vehicle. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and put them in right here. There it is. Alright, now we'll get the sway bar link in there. Now we can put the rest of the pieces together. Ooh, let's make sure we got the outer tie rod. Ooh, I'm gonna need a new one. Luckily I can buy a couple more of these. There we go. Now for the braking system, it says brake disc ventilated. I have some performance brakes here that we're gonna put on it. We're gonna put these carbon ceramic brakes on here, which means this will have some pretty damn good stopping power. The brake pads, I thought I had bought a bunch of them, but I guess not, so we'll grab some really quick. Now, I don't know if this thing's going to need a brake servo or not, but I'll go ahead and buy one anyway, just in case. Ooh, hold on a sec. Why was that caliper not... Hold on. Gotta dismount this. Because I think what happened is that... Ooh, brake caliper cylinders. They're gonna need something new. So let's get a bunch of these, just because. Need some wheel hub caps. So let's see here. Wheel hub cap. There we go. Alright, so now we have that in place, but I don't have the tires installed just yet. So now we'll come over here to this other side and work on this side. Same principle. And I was right. This thing will need a brake servo. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these on here. That's right, I need a bottom suspension arm. Damn it. Oh, we get the right one. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so now we got that sorted. Okay, there's that. Alrighty. Okay, so let's get these bolts tightened. Alright. Inner tie rod right there. The outer tie rod. Let's get the axle cover, the thingy back on, and you know what? I'm noticing that there's not very many people that are actually watching this stream because some of them seem to be either back to work or all of a sudden back in school when, you know, it's still kind of the holiday season, which is kind of weird. But, alright. But hey, at least you guys will get something nice to watch when you come home from it all. Okay, brake calipers going in. Wheel hub going in. There we go. There we go. Now we just need the upper suspension arm put in. Oh, fuck. Gonna need to get a, another one. Upper arm. There we go. Yep, I know you are, Chase, because you're one of my mods. There we go. Alright, so now we got the front end assembly on. And from this point here, now the front end is complete, except for the engine and some other things. Now we gotta come to the back, and as you can see, it's very, very grody. Now, that's interesting. Car Park 1 and Car Park 2. Wonder if I can resurrect both of those. Well, anyway, let's come back over here, because this is where we're gonna need to work on it a little bit. Now, in terms of suspension for the rear, leaf springs don't really need to be changed, so we could actually get away with keeping the leaf springs back there. But it's the shocks that we need to take out, and pretty much just redo the shocks and also redo the brakes back here. Sorry, I'm a little bit thirsty. But, you know, sometimes when you're working on cars, you get a little bit snuffed up, and you also get, very thirsty. Hey, I see who you are. Hey, what's up, Lukey? Good to see you. I'm sure it's nighttime over where you are. Like, probably... Or actually, I think it's morning where you are now. But good to have you here. If you're just tuning in, we're currently working on a Plymouth Roadrunner. We're actually gonna restore it. And we're about at the halfway point of restoring the vehicle. If you've never heard of a Plymouth Roadrunner, they were really, really cool. They were around in the late 60s, early 70s, so way before anybody's time, quite frankly. 1:40 a.m. Oh my goodness. Talk about committed. There we go. But basically, I'll show you again. Not that. That's what a Roadrunner is going to look like. Not with that paint scheme or anything, but it's going to look similar to that. And we're going to put in a whole new engine. That's going to look really cool. So, let's go over here and let's fix up a few of the pieces and parts. Oh, cool! Alright! So, I don't know if you guys can see it in the chat, but Chase, or wait a second, Lucky, hold on a sec. Lukey said, I also wanted to ask, but I'm pretty sure you got SnowRunner, so due to that, I'll buy it tomorrow as well. Absolutely, buddy. SnowRunner has been so good. I'll rave about it in a second, but first, let's get these, first let me get the rear end stuff taken care of. Take that out of context if you want. Okay. Looks like we can repair that. We can repair that. Good. Come on. Yay. Okay, rear end knuckle housing gets fixed. We'll go ahead and fix the brake caliper cylinder. Get that. There we go. And then right there. Perfect. Nice. Oh yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, now that we got the rear end taken care of, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I have been playing a crap ton of SnowRunner, and it's a lot of fun. Especially with the fact that there's mods, but I've not done the multiplayer yet. I have not done that yet, but I've had quite a few fun things with that. So, we'll definitely get that going at some point, and we'll probably even stream SnowRunner sometime next year. Okay, let's get the brake pads in. See, now we're closing in on the latter part of this build, because here's the other cool thing. Rear shock absorber. Have you tried co-op yet? Nope, I have not. I have not. So let's see, where's the rear shock absorber? Okay, do I need A or B? I want B. There we go. Okie dokie. There we are. Let's go over here and get this sorted out. But yeah, SnowRunner will be coming to the channel here at some point, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe we can try together for the first time then. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, I did kind of use a money mod to get a bunch of stuff, so yeah. But I'll help you get through it. It's kind of fun, very challenging, pretty easy. But back to the Roadrunner. I also noticed too that I think we need a fuel tank back here. Oh yeah, we need a fuel tank. This car has more surprises than anything else. So let's grab a fuel tank, and because this is going to be a racing type car, we need a racing fuel pump back there. Boom. Okay, let's get the tanker in there. Let's get the tank and then the pump in there. Oh, I already had a bunch of pumps. Jeez Louise. Okay. Now before we get the wheels put on there, let me go back over to the repair table. Okay, we can't because there's two other pieces that we need. Car part 1 and car part 2. So let's just go ahead and lower this. I also need to go to the auto parts area, or the, let's see, I think it's the Community Cars Body Shop is where I need to go. So these are all the different mod cars that we have in here. So one of the things that Car Mechanic Sim does is that, well, let's do this. Before we go into there, let me go back and let me show you the traditional body shop. So these are the different cars that are in the game as just the default cars. And as you can see, they have these weird names. So for example, all of these guys here, these are all Chevrolets. So you got a Bolt Atlanta, that's a Chevy El Camino, that's a Camaro, so is that. Also that's a Camaro as well. That's probably a LeSabre or even a Caprice. That's an Impala. And you can see that the Del Reys are here. These are mostly the Fords. That's a Pontiac. That's the Pontiac, what do you call it? Trans Am. That's it, Pontiac Trans Am. But you can easily see that all these different cars are based on the real-life things, except for these DLCs that have their names, you know, listed. Like that Luxor down there, that's a Cadillac. Which I actually want to get my hands on something like that. Or even the Bowen. I think I have a Bowen in the garage. I don't remember. But then when you go into the mod category, which is back here, in the mods you can actually put the real names of the cars on there because they're a modification. Modification, that is. So you got a DeLorean here, you got a Bronco. OJ would love that. You also have a Mormon Meteor in there. You have all these different things in here, including that bad boy, the McLaren M88. When I find that, that is going to be a definite stream that we do to put that together, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and go in here to the Plymouth Roadrunner and get some parts. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a minute, because I'm just buying parts and pieces right now. So there's the new car parts there. Let's see, we got some other front end clips here. Let's see, the front end could use a Roadrunner badge. Let's see. Yeah, it needs a new front left door. And a window as well. Actually, let's go ahead and get this tinted. Like that. Front left fender. Then we need a right side door. No. And I think we're going to go ahead and go with a good size hood like this thing. In fact, let's actually buy a couple of the hoods, so that way we know. That way, if we don't like the look of one hood, we can change it out. So now we need a few headlamps here. No, not that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll grab that. We also need a left tail light, which I think this would be really good. Rear bumper. Yeah, let's grab that. We need a new rear clamshell. And a new rear window as well. Let's get the right body here. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you can hear it now. Let's also get a right side mirror. Need a right tail light. And a windshield as well. And then we need a trunk. Ooh, okay. You know what? We're gonna grab a couple of trunks and then we'll see what it looks like. Because I think some of these are gonna generate some downforce. So let's go ahead and piece this car together. Let's go ahead and piece the outside together. So here we go. Oh, I need to get a front right fender. But I thought I already did that. Let me see. Front right fender. Okay, but I thought I grabbed it. Let me see. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, so that one's got the gold on it. Or, I mean, the chrome. What am I saying? Not gold. Chrome. Okay, so we got that with the black trim. Now we're going to go ahead and put the rest of these in. Ooh, I like the tinted window. Yeah, baby. Right side mirror is going in. Did I get this one? I did, thank God. Okay, now let's see here. Down here is where I need to work with. Yeah, a nice chrome rear end will work. Then these guys here act as like the tailpipes. Yeah, ooh, that's pretty good. And then we got this. Alright, now, for the back end here, I got a couple of different trunks here. We could go with the rear wing, but let me see what this one looks like. Ooh, check it out, it's got kind of a NASCAR-style spoiler. Let's piece the rest of this car together before we settle on one. Get the door in place. And, let's see. Oops. Yeah, this one's gonna need some help. So I gotta get a new left rear window? Oh, no, I got one. Good. Okay, back to the front here. Okay. Now let's get the headlamps in. Let's see. This is starting to really look good. It's interesting. I think that one fits more. Yeah, you know what? The rear spoiler does fit this a little bit better. But now we need to bring that engine over that I was working on earlier. So let's get this engine off the stand. Watch this. I can actually hold an entire engine in my hand. So let's see here. I'm going to take this off the stand. And now just gotta get over here to the stupid engine hoist. Ooh, this thing's heavy. Ooh, you're a heavy son of a bitch. Oh. Alright, enough of that joke. Alright, let's go ahead and install this in there. Ooh, isn't she pretty? Alright, now you engine hoist thingy. There you go. Yeah, you go back into your corner. Thank you. Alright. Now, before we can fire this bad boy up, we got a few more parts and pieces to put in this thing. One of those things is this, which is a brake servo. What a hunk of a man. Hardly. I should probably explain what this does. So this is the brake servo. In older cars, this is essentially the master cylinder that helps with the braking of the car. So you would put brake fluid in this plastic thing right here, and as you use the brakes, it would keep the brakes, working. So that's basically what that is. Now, do I have a battery? I do. I bought a bunch of batteries. But now I need a radiator. Let's see, I don't have a radiator at all, so let's go ahead and grab a radiator really quick. Now, I'll tell you this. Let's see. It's hard to believe she's already 18. Oh, this thing's way older than that, man. In fact, this car, I mean, this one's from, like, what year is this? 72. So it's way older than any one of us combined, I think. So let's go ahead and put this in, which is the radiator. Oh, I need a coolant reservoir and also a medium intercooler? I didn't know this car was going to need that. Interesting. And weird how the coolant is down here rather than on top. Because see, this is what's used to this is actually what's used to keep the car from overheating. But now we need a medium intercooler. Well, that's okay now, because now we got to go underneath again to install the drive shaft and all that stuff. And I think I'm also going to do this really quick. I don't remember if I have a custom gearbox, but we're going to put one underneath here. We're going to get a V8 really quick. Right, this one. Okay, let's go underneath here and see what we find. Or what we need to do. Okay, the next thing we need to do is that we need to put on the front exhaust pipes, which I do not have any of those. But do I have a middle muffler? I do. Because I saved the middle mufflers from everything. Yeah, this thing is quite old, but still gold. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing really is. Alright, front exhaust pipe. Do we have any in here? Let me see. Front exhaust. Okay, let's see. What type did we need again? It's front exhaust pipe V8B. So it's this. See if we can put these two on. I will say this will get quite loud when we go to put this on the dyno, so probably a fair sound warning later on. Alright, do we have rear mufflers? Ugh. Oh, that's right. I remember what I did with the rear mufflers. They went on the Petty car, which... Oh, speaking of that, I gotta show you guys what I ended up doing with the Petty car out there. Because I do have a Richard Petty car in this game. Hold on. Let me see something here. What is it that we need? We need a rear muffler. That's what we're looking for. Not a muffer, a muffler. Jesus, can I spell today? Obviously not. There we go. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put the muffler in. The two mufflers, actually. Man, this thing's going to put out quite a bit of power. Get the gearbox in place. Get those screwed in. We got to put the starter in, which luckily I have one. Which actually, I'm borrowing the starter from another car. So, I mean, there's not really anything that you can do with that. Now let's go ahead and do this. Get those screwed in. Alright, so that's the bottom of the car taken care of. We're almost done with this thing. Will it shred asphalt is the question. I'm excited to see the answer. Well, you'll see it in just a little bit, because now we have a few more things we gotta do. We have to put fluid in the engine put coolant in it. Oh, speaking of that, I gotta get an intercooler. So I almost forgot about that. So let's see. It needs a medium intercooler. So let's see what we can find in here. Intercooler. Oh, interesting. Alright. I'll go with it. So an intercooler's gotta go in. There we go. Okay, and then that's fine. Alright, now we gotta put the wheels on it. And I have the perfect tires for this. So to mount the tires onto here, we're gonna use these two machines. We're gonna use the tire changer, and we're gonna use a wheel balancer. Now the wheel balancer is pretty cool because this is actually what helps balance the wheels. Because if you go to put it on, the wheel is going to wobble and everything, despite the fact you have lug nuts on. But this helps keep the wheels balanced while you're on the road. So we're gonna go in here, and oh, I should probably tell you folks this. This thing takes some pretty big-ass wheels. So I chose that rim, and also this actually requires two different sizes of tires. So ones are bigger and ones are smaller. So we're gonna mount the smaller ones first. So just watch this. Watch carefully. That is so satisfying to watch. Let's get that other one in there. And no, this thing doesn't need fuel, Lukey. It actually will be fueled when we go to fire it up. But we will have to put in the brake fluid, the oil, and the coolant. But wiper fluid, strangely enough, it hasn't asked for it. But I'm sure that it's going to be something. Alright, let's balance these front wheels. Have to do these stupid little games. There we go. So now it's balanced. Go ahead and balance that. There we go. Okay, so those two wheels are balanced. Now let's get the rears on there. You can see that this one is much bigger. Much bigger in the rear. This car talk is Greek to me. Well, that's because Chase, when I do these streams, I try to explain it, you know, in the best terms possible. So that way non-car people can understand it. And you know, one of the great things about, you know, working on a car or anything is that if you want to learn something about a car, just, you know, work on it. Just do that. And, you know, sometimes it's by trial and error. Or you may know somebody who knows cars, like me. So let's get this balanced. Get this rear tire balanced. Oops, come on. There we go. Tire balanced. Let's get the other one balanced, and then we'll sock these on. Okay. Alright, now let's get the tires on this thing, and then we'll bring it down. So we're going to put the rears on here. Let's see, which ones are these? Okay, so that's the... Okay, but where are the other ones? Oh, that's right, because there's a glitch in this thing, isn't there? Yeah, so that's the only 325. There we go. Ooh, look at that. The rim actually, I think, fits this car beautifully. These are 19s. I've seen the tire balancers at work in real life. It is quite satisfying to watch mechanics hammer in the balance thingies into the wheel. Yeah, it's kind of satisfying to watch all these parts and pieces come together to make these suckers. Okay, so there's the big wheels back in place. Now we need the smaller ones up here. Which, it was pretty common for some of these cars to have, like, you know, big wheels or small wheels, you know, or even, like, mismatched wheels. I mean, this Plymouth Roadrunner we have is going to be technically a race car at this point, so we might as well just, you know, follow along. And, Oh, wow. Lukey, I think you did the right thing, because I just saw that it is going to need a windshield wiper reservoir, but we don't need to fill it. We don't need to fill that, because that's not too important. But let's go ahead. Let me get this stupid thing out of the way. Go back. And let's go ahead and drop the car. Ooh, wow. That is pretty nice. I like the way of how you can't really see the tops of the wheels. That's pretty good. Kind of a lowrider, but a lowrider would be like slammed to the ground. Why drive a race car? I'd rather drive a racist car. Shut up. Alright, let's get the, Alright, let's see here. I saw the windshield wiper fluid thingy. Okay, so windshield is what we want. In fact, let me see something here. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, let's do wind. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that. We'll put that in there. And what we'll do is that next we're going to go ahead and put in the fluid. So the first thing we need is some brake fluid. We're gonna pour that in. And you don't want to overfill this. There we go. Now, here's the thing too. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little pro tip. See on the thing there, it says .3 and 4. Brake fluid actually has two different types of mixtures. There's a mixture that is .3, and then there's .4. The thing about it is that you have to see like what type your car takes, because as you use your car, the brake fluid heats up, and depending on what car it is, there are certain types of brake fluid that can heat up to a certain point. Now, most cars take what's called .3. That could be anything from, like, Ford to Chevys to even old school cars and things like that. .4 I don't usually see very much of, so I'm not 100% sure what takes it, but I'm going to go ahead and add this a little bit more. Whoops, almost overfilled that. That was that little animation that you just saw of us almost overfilling it. And now we're going to go over here to get the oil put in. Now, this here is very important. Now, in terms of motor oil, we're using synthetic motor oil, which basically, synthetic means that it's a little bit tougher and can be in, like, racing motors or even, like, heavier motors. Now, in normal street cars, like, let's say, a Toyota or a Nissan or a Dodge or something that's like a normal everyday car, the oil will basically take a 10W30 or a 10W40, which that basically means the consistency of it. So if we pour this synthetic oil out, I don't know if this is see the consistency of that? It just kind of looks like normal 10W30. Trucks, or, SUVs or things like that, take what's called a 5W20, which is a thicker motor oil, because, they need to use that more, because their engine is going to be working harder. And what you might want to do is that with your car, you will definitely want to check the oil level every now and then. In fact, where's the dipstick? There should be a dipstick here. Ah, here it is. So here, since we're right here, I'll give you guys a good top tip. Every engine has this yellow thing, which is called an oil dipstick. So you take that out, and this will tell you the level of where your oil is. And as you can see, that is perfect. In fact, you can see here on the dipstick that you want to make sure that the oil is up as close as you can to max. Now, you don't want to overfill it, okay? Now, it's okay if you overfill it a little bit per se, but don't overfill it like put 10 quarts of oil in. Always check your owner's manual to see how many quarts it'll take. And if you end up putting in, you know, like a 5W20 into a 1040 engine, or excuse me, a 10W30 engine of some sort, it's okay, because oil is oil, all right? Except when we get into all the synthetic stuff, which can get really confusing. But yeah, always check your oil. Always check your oil. You don't have to do it like every single time you fire up your car, but I would say, a couple of times over a handful of weeks. So that way you can keep yourself going. Chase! Oh shit, that was good. You know what? I needed that, buddy. Let me see here. Some car owners don't know or forget that they need to change their oil, and that's basically torture to the engine. I don't know how so many people can completely forget about these things. Well, they're just not that conscious of it. Now, coolant is extremely important. Like oil, if we survive on water, like if you're a water drinker, coolant is what you need. As you can see, it takes this old school green. And coolant is very important. Now, they also do this. Let's stop right there for right now, because that's what we needed. You can see that this is a 50-50 mix of antifreeze and water. They say not to mix, but, you know, just know this, that if your car is old, it will take the old school green coolant. If it's a newer car, then it'll take something that is called Dexcool. Dexcool is a little bit different, and it's used for newer cars. So like these two here, the Mustang and the Roadrunner, will end up taking the green stuff. Now, before we take this over to the dyno, ooh, I gotta get that over. Do we need to fire up the engine in order for the coolant to bleed air out, or is this game not that advanced? It's not that advanced. Like, as soon as you put the brake system in and everything, you know, it already does that for you. Now, let's see, what kind of hood do we want to put on this thing? Let's see, let's try this one first. Ooh, that's not bad. That's actually a good possibility. But let's take that off, and let's try the other hood. Let's see. Let's try let's try this one. You know, that's not bad. I don't really like the hood scoop though. I don't think I want that. How about this third hood? Let's see, where is it? I think it's this one. Let's see what this one looks like. That's it. That's much better. That's much better. Okay. Alright, so now we have restored this vehicle, but now we got to get it off of the thingy here, and we got to go take it into the chassis dyno area. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go dyno this sucker, and then we'll get it painted, and then actually no, we'll paint it first, then go to the dyno, and then to wrap up the stream, I'll take you guys to a very special place where we will unleash this monster. So let's go get it painted first. Alright, so here we are inside the paint shop, which, by the way, let me show you guys this. Let me show you how close we are. We just came from this area right here, and now we're over here to the paint shop, which is really cool. So let's go back in here, and let's get this sucker painted. Oh, and I need to also get some license plates for this, but we'll work on that in a bit. So let's go into the paint area to paint the car. They should make that a thing in the next game. Yeah, hopefully they do, but we'll see. Alright, now, let's see. Is there any type of, like, liveries for this car? Let's see. None. Let's see. Ooh, we can go with the yellow. We can go with a traditional yellow paint scheme. I don't know if I want that. That's not a bad look. Like, that's, like, classic. We can also go with this, which is also really cool with the ghost lines on there. Let's see. I can't really see what 3 is. Let's go back to that, number 2. And now let's fix the colors a little bit. Not 1. I want the number 2. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go back over here. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good color. We could go petty blue, but I have a lot of petty blue cars in my garage, so let's choose something that'll be really cool. Like even we could go with this kind of color, with the red. Yeah, let's do that, and let's also, let's see, not, ooh, yes, I really like the metallic look of that. We could make it a Hulk machine. Ha, nah. We're gonna go ahead and go with this, with this cool paint job. I really like the way that looks. Oh my god, that actually looks really nice. So let's go ahead and get this thing painted. There we go. Now, there is something that we gotta do in this thing before we take it out. And that is, I gotta get a new front seat for this thing. But do I already have a front seat? Let me see if I do. I think I have one already that we can put in there. Well, that doesn't really match, but it's temporary. It's temporary for right now. Yeah, it doesn't really match, but that's okay. We can... Off camera, I'll be fine. Red and black, my favorite colors. You probably wouldn't be able to tell. No, I could tell. Alright, let's move this over to the dyno. And, we'll get this... We'll see how much power is in this thing. And, oh, yeah. Let's leave the car right there, and let me go back here to the front, because I want to show you guys. Remember how I said that I have a petty car? Well, check this out. Right over here. Ha-ha! Yeah! This is what they call a Tempest Magnum, but we all know it as a Plymouth Sewerbird. This was a car I was actually going to stream at one point, but what I ended up doing was that I ended up just getting a little bit impatient, and I just decided to paint this up myself and everything. This car is really fun to race in and everything, and this thing actually has a 1-carb V8 in it, now 426 horses underneath it, and it's really fun to actually drive, and it's painted up to look like what Richard Petty's car looked like in 1970. Alright, now we're gonna go over here, and now we're gonna get into the chassis dyno. I mean the, you know what I mean. Whoops, wrong one. Where is the goddamn dyno? Is it this building over here? Yep, here we go. Okay. So, we now have this car ready to go, but let's do this. I want to sit in here because here's what you can do. You can actually sit down and you can look inside the interior, and as you can see, it looks really beautiful. But let's fire up the engine really quick and see what this thing sounds like. Oh my. Christ. That is going to be good. Alright, let's start this up. Okay, so, the factory power was at 762 horsepower with about 693 pounds of torque. Now, when I hit enter, this is going to get really loud, so anybody that's listening on headphones or anything, please lower them a little bit. Otherwise, enjoy the noise. Okay. Holy shoot! We went from 762 horsepower to 1,398 horsepower? A gain of 637 horses? We practically... hang on. We practically doubled the horsepower in this thing. Holy crap on a cracker. Alright. So, now we know that this thing is fast. But let me come over here really quick. Let me do a quick bit of tuning here, because I want to see, like, how the gear ratios are. Because that's the cool part, is that you can actually check out the gear ratios and everything. Alright, let's do this. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this up to 200 miles an hour. So let's see. Let's bring down first gear a little bit. Oh, it is, man. It is really good. Especially since I know my gear ratios, so we can actually take this out on the track. Track? Did somebody say track? Yes, everybody, because where we're gonna take this thing is to some place that I know really, really well. So, let's see here. We gotta move this back to the garage area. So we'll move, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put it next to... So let's go ahead and swap it with the Hudson Hornet, because I got a Hudson Hornet out there. Wheels are missing from car. Oh, they're missing from the Hudson Hornet. That's why. Okay. Let me take it back into the lifter. Okay. So, now we're gonna go take this car, to where we're gonna go. And where we're gonna go is pretty cool. Because, ladies and gentlemen, where we're gonna take this to... we're going not to there. Not there. Definitely not there, because it's not for this type of car. That! We're gonna take this to the Daytona International Speedway, man. And, it also has the oval and the road course link, but I think we're going to try it on the oval. And I want you guys to pay close attention to the little sticker up there. The guy that has the rear end of the DeLorean for his profile picture also made a lot of the NASCAR mods and things like that. So, let's go ahead and have some fun with this. I think you guys are going to be in for a real treat. So, let's do this really quickly. Now, I may have to lower my volume if you guys are going to be able to hear me, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, we're going to go to Daytona, and we're going to have some fun. So let's go to Daytona, and let's see. It should allow us to choose which car we want. We definitely want to take the Plymouth Roadrunner. Wheels are not aligned. Car may drive in an odd way. Okay. Well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go and see what happens. But yep, we're going to Daytona, where we won the truck race just a couple of weeks ago. And I'm actually kind of curious to see, like, if it'll allow you to run either the road course or the oval. Because our main objective is to run on the oval, but maybe we'll run on the road course too. I don't know, we'll see. Alright. Now, for this one, I'm going to be using my keyboard, because the wheel doesn't really like to work with this game for some reason. I mean, my wheel works great with SnowRunner and all the other games, but it seems this one, it doesn't like running. But we'll see how we do. And I know that it's been a long time since we had this, but also in Car Mechanic Sim 2018, they actually have this in here. Okay. Yikes, this looks so weird. Let's go outside. Here we are. Well, let's see what happens. So right now I'm just tapping the W to get out of here. Alright, here we are. And look, the road course portion of it is open too. So let's stay inside here. I don't know why the whole thing is yellow. That's not supposed to look like that. But let's do this. Let's go on a little pace lap here. The Daytona International Speedway. Hopefully you guys can still hear me over this engine. But this is probably going to be one of the greatest challenges ever, is to try and keep this from going out of the wall and stuff. Here we are outside, and it looks like what's actually causing all the green is probably the way the mod is. And you can see which era this mod maker got the stuff from, because as you can see, there's grandstands back here. So this is like the old style of Daytona. Because those grandstands are no longer there anymore. In fact, there's even no anything there. So this is a very old school version of Daytona. In fact, look, there's the bus stop chicane. That's where I blew the motor in a test race earlier. So here we go. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna stay quiet when we get to the green flag. Actually, when we go ahead and get through here, I'm gonna go into this camera view because I think it'll be the best to see it. But here we go, everybody. Now remember, please keep your IM speed. Yep. All right, everybody. Here we go. We're gonna be coming out of turn 4, and we'll get into the Geico restart zone, and we will get in on this lap. We'll see if we can get like 2 qualification laps out of it, and then we'll take it into the road course. Take it into the infield road course. But here we go. Just pretend that we're coming off of turn number 4. Pace car would be in front of us, and this would be when Ken Squire would say, "Pace car dives to pit road." Here we go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Green, green, green. Ah! Oh no! What happened? Okay, it's a little touchy on the gas. So I guess we're gonna have to carefully add it in. Oh man! Wow, this thing is really touchy on the gas. Okay then. Wonder what's going on with that. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Oh boy. Yeah, this thing hates third gear, and it's not supposed to do that! Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, not good, not good, not good. Alright. Yeah, this thing just does not like third gear for some reason. But it doesn't even even like any of these gears, it seems like. Alright, come on. Okay, let's get out of the grass. This is a road runner, not a grass runner. Okay, yeah. Something like that. Let's see. All these people in the crowd watching, but you're the only driver. Yeah. And the reason why the windshield is dirty is actually because of the mod itself. But man. Okay, let's try the road course. Let's try the road course section and see if it's any better with this car. But yikes. This thing just does not like third gear at all, and I think the problem could be that the third gear is kind of tuned the wrong way. So let's see what happens here. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, I think I see what the trouble is. I see what the trouble is. We have to go back to the garage. Because now I get it. I absolutely get why we're having a problem. Third gear is set too close to second gear in the gear ratios. But you know what? Here's the thing. If this thing can't really go well on the turns, maybe we can do better on the drag strip. So maybe we'll take it to a drag strip instead. Too much torque, the wheel alignment. Yeah, the wheel alignment is probably the issue, because it did say that the mismatched wheels would cause a problem. So let's go someplace where mismatched wheels are okay. We'll fix the third gear. We'll go to the drag strip, and then we'll be done with the stream. But man, this Roadrunner is really good. Once we can get it going. But I don't know why. You know, it's funny because if this was Car Mechanic 2018 and we were doing this, the car would just spin out all on its own. As soon as you would tap the W key to make it go fast, woo, woo, it would just be a donut king. So let's just take it back to the garage. I'll fix the gearing, and then we'll try it on the drag strip and see how good that goes. Because I know this thing's set to go for 200 miles an hour, you know, because we got like 5 gears in it. But yeah, this thing is fun. I mean, I know that our Plymouth, our Petty Superbird, would be fine because I got that set up pretty well. So it takes a long time to get back to the garage area, unfortunately. Car Mechanic 3 years later canceled donuts. Alright, so let's come back in here really quick. Should be able to fix... let's see... no, we gotta take it back to the dyno to get this stupid... To get its gear ratios fixed. Where's the dyno? There it is. Alright, so... let's go back in here. Let me check third gear again and see what we got going on. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's what the problem was that we were a little too close to there. So I think we gotta give this thing longer gears. There we go. Okay, we'll try that now, but let's go to the drag strip with this car. So we'll go to the drag strip and see if it'll work better. In fact, do we even have a drag strip? Let me see. I know we did in the other game. Let's see. The racetrack, that's not it. Speed track. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. Alright. Wheels not aligned, that's fine. Alright, here we go. Let's do a pass-through and see how well the car will do. And see what kind of speed we're pulling. Because I know that there was a drag strip in Car Mechanic Sim 2018. And then, oh yeah, when we wrap up the stream, you guys will get to see and hear the new closing screen that I have. and hopefully that'll go pretty well. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's get in it. Alright then, here we go. We'll go ahead and go out here. We got nothing for miles. Here we go. See what kind of speed we can do in this bad boy. Oh, we run out of real estate. Oh my god, this thing is fast. Oh my. And right there is where we're getting maxed out. Oh! Ouch! Ah! Well, look at the top speed there. 240, which is pretty good. And look, we fixed it too. Still a little bit spinny-outy, but that's fine. But hey, that just means that we can have a little look-see at our beautiful masterpiece. Hey, let's see if we can do a little donut with this thing. There we go. Come on. You were doing it earlier. Oh yeah. Well, that's our Plymouth Roadrunner right there. Beauty, isn't it? There we go. Come on, baby. Yeah, you can do some donuts. Well, you're not really much of a donut car, but what the hell. Yeah, it's a little shy, I guess. But hey, look at that. 240 miles an hour this thing got up to. Even with the gear ratio being so weird. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this stream. But let's bring it back to the garage area. Because the next stream will possibly be Sunday evening when I believe there'll be an ITC convoy. I know that this stream was unlisted, and so I think that's why not many people showed up. But this was kind of done to deter the trolls and stuff. But hopefully the next stream is going to be a public one, and it should be really good. I know we'll definitely come back to Car Mechanic Sim, because one of the things I'm going to do in this game, everyone, I'm going to possibly do this. You guys saw a purple van out in front when I went to show you the petty car? Well, that van, I might turn into a Hell of a Boss van. You know, could make it try to look like the van that we see in Hell of a Boss that Blitz drives. Could turn into Mystery Machine, I don't know. Or we could do a double car stream and make both the HB van and a Scooby-Doo van. To be real, I might be the only viewer, but it's still enjoyable. Yeah, you know what? Streaming on a Tuesday evening, not many people were on, but I wanted my evenings this week to be kind of like, you know, not busy or whatnot. So I guess that's kind of the reason. So yeah, Tuesday's not a good day to stream, because it seems everybody is dead, or they just don't care or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's it, everybody. Our Plymouth Roadrunner is looking really good, and this thing is definitely going to be cool. In fact, who knows? Maybe I might even paint up a car in Gran Turismo Sport or GT7 that'll look like this. But anyway, thank you guys all for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Until then, take care, everybody. And let me just bring up the new screen.